I'm doing excellent.
We finally get to talk about the one thing you want to talk about.
100%.
What would you like to know? Have you seen this?
I have seen the movie.
Let me interview you. What do you think?
First of all, I've had this done to me before, and I will flip it right back on you. I don't.
No, but I genuinely do want to know what you think.
I think that it's.
Because you were looking forward to it.
Yeah,
more than
listen.
a lot of people.
I think it's. I'm gonna drop the F-bomb. It's freckin' awesome that they were able to make a huge sci-fi. I usually swear, and I'm trying to be good.
Listen, bring a Battlestar. It's all good.
Right. I think it's great that they made a huge sci-fi spectacle with a female protagonist, because generally speaking, it's always the guy who leads this kind of a movie.
Yeah.
So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. When you were offered this role, or when you met with them, and they're explaining this movie to you and this big sci-fi thing, were you like, oh my God, yes?
Yeah, it didn't quite go down that easily. Here's what happens. The Wachowskis are doing a movie. That means everything's top secret. They're like, they'd like to meet with you, but you have to go to Warner Brothers, sit in a room, and read the script. And I was like, all right. I'm just, out of being a sci-fi nerd, was like, just out of curiosity, I'd like to know what their world, I knew nothing about this. So I went in, and normal scripts are like 120 pages. This is a 300-page script. You're literally like, what on earth is this? It's like a Bible. And you start reading it, and it was fascinating, because the way the original script was, everything that you saw visually was in the script. So they built and demonstrated and decorated the whole world on paper first. So you read this, and it's one of the most dense scripts ever, where you're like going back and forth and trying to keep track of all the characters and the way that they explain the splicing and everything. I finished it, and I was like, I don't even care if I'm a part of this movie. The fact that the lead character is not a damsel in distress, the fact that she kicks ass, the fact that it's an original sci-fi film, I'm just happy somebody's making it. And I think this would be rad, and I can't wait to see it. And that's how I walked out of that. And then we ended up having a meeting and talking, and then they hired me, and then I was like a part of it, and the whole thing kind of took off from there.
I saw the behind-the-scenes footage, like the B-roll that Warner Brothers provided, and there are some holy shit moments while watching that. Were you on set some days and being like, no way, I'm not, what?
Yes, a lot of times. Anytime that there was a special, like a stunt that needs to be done that had to mimic a cartoon drawing, where Channing and I would go, where human beings cannot manipulate their backs this way. I don't really know how to I don't know how to do this. I physically don't know. And they're like, figure it out. And then you go back to the stunt team, and you're like, let's figure this out. And I had the most incredible stunt double, truly. And so did Channing, and the entire stunt team worked so hard, endless hours, to try to make everything work. And they did. They did a beautiful job.
What was it like, listen, as you know, I'm a huge Wachowski fan.
Yeah.
What was it like actually spending every day with them? And did you have opportunities to like geek out and just talk? You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, they're incredibly smart. They're brilliant people. So forget like sci-fi and the film genre. You can talk to them about anything. You can talk about politics. You can talk to them about world, culture, literature, anything. So they're very, in a weird way, oddly easy to talk to, because you can talk to them about anything. And so you'd sometimes sit in their tent and you talk about like what was happening, that time in Russia, or you would talk to them about like, gay rights. Anything that was happening in the news at the time was relevant to them. And so it was great. They were fun.
The costumes and production design in this movie are literally, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
What was it like with the costumes and stepping on these worlds? Just talk about the costumes and production design.
Amy did the costumes, and she's done all their work. She's done, I think The Matrix. I don't want to misspeak, but I think so.
I think so.
She is a 5-foot-tall fireball with short little hair. She's this tall. And you're like, what is walking onto set? And she will design the shit out of something. I mean, you have never met someone more brilliant when it comes to innovative design. Like, she will sit there and be like, just sketch something out, and you're like, what on earth is this? And then, like, 3 days later, it appears, and it is the most stunning costume ever seen. So she's, just brilliant. And then the set design, obviously, was stunning, and a lot of that is very much the Wachowskis' vision come to life. So working on that film, you kind of just step back and let them do their job.
What did you hypothetically borrow from set? Because I know you wouldn't take anything.
Yeah. What did I borrow? I'm trying to think.
Did you borrow anything? Because again,
I don't think I was allowed to.
You probably weren't. That's why I'm asking if you borrowed it.
I can tell you what I'm like. I know what I borrowed from, like, the Great and Powerful Oz. Like, I can look back and tell you what I did there, but I can't tell you what I borrowed from Jupiter. I have to remember this.
You might want to ask for maybe like a costume or a headset or something.
No, not allowed. I mean, that I would be, because there was no doubles of these things. Like, there was a lot of stuff that was like under lock and key. I have to think about this. I'll get back to you if I can recall what I looked at.
My last thing for you, because I'm going to be out of time. I still love Family Guy.
Me too.
I think that Seth is brilliant.
Yeah.
What has it been like being a part of this? Because something that was basically killed off twice. You know what I mean? It's one of these unbelievable stories.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that I get to go and do this every Thursday. I record on Thursdays for like an hour or two. It is quite possible. It is the greatest job in the world. I hope and I pray that it never ends. It sustains me when I take time off. It makes me laugh. It is truly one of the greatest things that could have ever happened to me in my career was Family Guy, and I am blessed to be on it. And I hope that it never gets canceled.
I think it's still great. I really do.
Me too.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.